thank you, Praveen, for being here. And it's my honor and privilege to be back again with you. But this time, the cause is Hall of
Yeah.
Fame, and that we do when we have some of our, graduates achieve some breakthrough. So, congratulations, first of all, for your breakthrough and welcome.
Thanks, Rajat. Happy to be here.
Great, Praveen. So, I'm really curious to know. About you've been with Dell as director customer success. Now you're director customer support.
Yeah.
It's been a few months, Praveen, that you went through this EXPI certification
Yeah.
masterclass journey, and I remember
True.
then we touched basing a couple of times. So I want to know from you what really changed, before and after. And I remember you always had that vision. You always had some innovative practices that you talked about even during the masterclass. So specifically, I want to know what has been some of the things that you really applied in this journey of moving from this role to a new role in terms of your CX leadership after the program.
Culture. I would
Mhm.
any day, say that the very core that I took away is the cultural part of it, the
Mhm.
organization's culture, which eventually ends up creating a customer experience. Yeah, is my main takeaway from the CCXPI that I attended, and
Mhm.
uh, and very immediately I could understand if we don't touch that part, everything else is something which it's an aid, but that's the core.
Mhm.
So the culture of customer first, customer centricity, how we're going to create a culture wherein it's everything starts and ends with the customer defines how successful we are.
Mhm.
So I must really appreciate myself for a moment
Mhm.
for deciding to attend CCXPI and for having found through my research and landed in your CCXPI session. You
Mhm.
know, um, you know, and then thanks to you for actually giving that deep knowledge and very inspiring, quite honestly put, very inspiring. Yeah, the when I walked out of the CCXPI, there are two things that I decided. One is I'm gonna take this as a culture forever, where I'm gonna work, wherever I'm gonna work.
Mhm.
Yeah, customer centricity, customer experience as a culture. And second, I'm gonna make sure every time I have to attend an interview, I'm going to have Rajat have a mock with me. So.
Yeah, I think you really do that?
So
I'm aware of all the interviews that you faced because I remember getting some
yeah,
calls.
yeah,
And I
and
hope
thanks for
that
spending
helped.
some time.
Mhm.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, and thanks for being honest. And today, that's a costly effort to get from to have a very honest opinion about not having a stereotype that everything is good. Yeah, but it was quite honest, and I did take away for the interview, keeping things crisp and clear, etc., etc.
Mm.
Quite a
Great, great.
quite a takeaway, quite a return on investment from CCXP, I would say.
Yeah, great. I would have
Yeah.
asked you that. So you got a good ROI on this,
Oh
not
yeah.
just on
Yeah.
CX, but the
Yeah.
CX
Yeah.
program. Mm.
Yeah. Many a times it's about taking a knock and
Mm.
changing a shift in your mindset and looking
Mm.
things totally in a different perspective
Mm.
and taking people along.
Mm.
In which case I'm glad there are many touch points that got automatically created between you and me
Mm.
and the team of CCXY professionals that we've come together.
Mm.
Involuntarily and voluntarily, many touch points are getting created
Mm.
amongst us. Yeah,
Mm.
including this one that we're doing now. And
Right.
all goes back thanks to that journey we started with CCXPA Masterclass.
So yeah, so I think whoever is watching, Praveen is talking about the community that we have of CX pioneers, so which is a
Yeah,
certification program that Praveen embarked and is now moved on into a new role, into a senior leadership role, and more responsibility and more challenges. And we have a community of 50 plus people who are now globally CX PI certified, which stands for Certified Customer Experience Pioneer. Um, and I saw, Praveen, that you proudly displayed, as one of your top credentials, if I may say that, on your LinkedIn profile. So let me ask you about this journey. If anybody is looking to get a job breakthrough, which is my next focus after customer experience mastery, and frankly, when I started doing it, I wasn't aware. Most people, they come to me and to this program, and they look at CCXP, which is offered by Customer Experience Professional Association, which is what I train for, and in the process, they also get this CXPI certification. So I realized
right.
most people want career progression, career breakthrough, and of course growth. And I've seen many, many examples of that. So my question to you is this: CX as a, you know, an intervention, and CX mastery and certification as an intervention, how valuable it is for someone who's already in this space of customer support, customer success. How does it add to you may want to speak for others and help them understand how can this be of help?
Yeah, it very clearly keeps you on the track of high performance, like I
Mm,
mentioned. Yeah,
mm,
there are many attributes to the customer experience or the customer success. Yeah, that we learn from our experience throughout our journey in our career. I just wanted to take a moment there and then look at me before the CCXP masterclass and after. I can certainly say that the talking points, the discussion items, the thought process, the perspectives in which I look at certain topics in terms of challenges in customer experience area that we go through has certainly taken a better positive shape in
mm,
terms of the performance. Yeah.
mm,
The last day presentation that we did, which is an
mm,
outcome of certain questions,
mm,
yeah, that we had listed down. Yeah. Those questions are not for us to, according to me or for me, those questions are not for me to just to do a tick or answer it yes or no. Those are the points of trigger in terms of thought process. Yeah. And that has set me in a high performance mode with much more available knowledge, which I could actually gather over the course as well as outside. So anyone looking forward to, I think, I always say this. I'm probably getting into the next statement, which is very important. So you get customer experience professionals in the market. You take a scale, and 90% of them would know exactly what everybody knows.
right.
That 10% is the secret sauce or a differentiator.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm.
The reason I have put CCXPI in my banner is I consider that 10% for me comes from that CCXPI.
Yeah, and I great thanks for mentioning that. I think what you also mean is that 10% can like
The
80/20
differentiator.
can be a differentiator. That can be the 90% of the impact that come as a
Yeah.
differentiated impact, right? Mm.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and
I do strongly
mm,
believe it.
mm. Yeah, thanks for mentioning that last the final project that you did, and of course it is intentionally designed on 6 competencies, and the way you went back and did the research, and again by the design of it. Uh, and I've heard many professionals say that, like you said, a high performance zone, where they are
Yeah.
able to convey the vision of CX in a
Yeah.
different manner compared to when they would be working in deep dive in some of their own maybe, I don't know if silos or at least very specific domains or areas within CX, like voice of customer or maybe
Yeah.
design thinking, but this whole thing, the way you bring it together.
Right.
Now, um, so what would be the best part of this? Specifically, if I look at, I saw you talking about CEO track, CXO track, and I remember your vision of that, right?
Mm.
And you're moving
Yeah.
towards that. How do you think this CX today? Just today, I read where marketing professionals are now going to replace the CEOs because they bring in the sales marketing angle. And I have,
Yeah.
professionals like you who have that vision, and you're among the few that I know and who've come through in the community who have this vision of going to the CXO level through the
Yeah.
CX route, right? So,
Yes.
how do you think this CX journey empowers a professional in the corporate setting to reach there faster? Do you think it's a fast track? Do you think it's a short track? Or what other ways CX focus helps someone to be in the, in that space of CXO level journey?
Yeah. We've spoken enough even during our
Max
masterclass,
Masterclass. Mhm.
yeah, starting from Amazon, every organization,
Mm,
how they're actually changing their entire mission statement
mm.
into a customer centric organization. Yeah. Like we say, Amazon says we are the, you know,
Oh, it's most
world's
customer
best
centric.
customer. Yeah.
Mm,
Customer centric organization.
organization.
They
Yeah.
could come up with any tagline and it would apply to them.
Right.
They could come
That's
up
true.
with any
Nicely said.
tagline.
Mm,
Yeah. But they chose customer experience.
mm,
Yeah. And by the end of the day, every organization is now in a path. It's very easy to come up with fully working software. In this
mm,
agile world, every 2 weeks you can come up with a fully working software because today you're not expected to make software that has literally is done with its product life cycle, right? Every two
mm,
weeks you can gradually build it. So that's not something more challenging in front of. Of course, it has its own challenges, but in front of making your customers stick to your product, it takes less than 30 seconds to delete an app off your mobile phone
mm.
and
True.
to get done with it as a customer. Yeah,
Mm, right.
and it takes just a little deviation from one of the features that doesn't work to take away a
Mm,
customer to go to somebody who
mm,
comes with exactly the next one.
mm,
And then we're talking about the recent generative ais.
mm,
Yeah, let there be any,
mm,
but organizations are required only till you have your customers.
mm,
And a leader who lives and breathes customer, not as their job, but as a passion. Yeah. Who can internally pick up a very challenging discussion within the organization, being
mm,
the face of customer, will be the game changer in terms of leadership.
mm,
And that's why I say taking this path, or that's my decision, thereby taking the path of customer experience to actually enter into the world of CXOs.
mm. Great. Fantastic. I love that, the way you talked about it. And this reminds me of our, you remember that iPod? You remember something
Yeah.
about iPod? I have passion, obsession, and discipline. I think that's what you've talked about in your way, where you you're passionate about customers, you're obsessed, like openly Amazon talked about it long back, and everybody started to then talk about obsession, and they have shown through execution the discipline. So a lot of companies know about it, very few are able to walk that talk, right? So I
Yeah.
think thanks for bringing that up. All right, so probably is to keep it crisp, let me just know from you, why would you recommend the CX Pioneer certification program,
Mhm.
the CCXP certification, and this whole track of CX to someone Though you in your own way you've mentioned it, but why would you recommend it to, and whom would you recommend it to? Let's hear it from you.
Why would I recommend to get professionally equipped with what it really takes to be a CX based leader? Yeah. As much as we learn things, like I said, in experience, we
Mm.
have to know the six competencies
Right.
that makes the CX leader. Yeah. And start building on each one of them. And I would even say then take your own vertical in those six and go
Mm.
deeper.
Mm.
Yeah. So how would you do that if you don't know what are those six competencies
Mm.
that makes a CX leader? So that's why I would say someone should go for it. And who should? I wouldn't differentiate any department, because CX, customer experience, is not a department. It's an attitude, and every leader should have it.
Mm. Right. Beautiful. Yeah. You remind me of one of the mind maps I did where I almost connected with every possible department in the company: sales, marketing, service, operations,
Yeah.
everything. So beautifully said. Now, let me ask you, in terms of, like you said, ROI, what is the
Hmm.
ROI on CX? Like you moved now organization, um, you know, I'm not looking at absolute numbers, but what can one expect in terms of growth? You can tell me you can grow. I have somebody in the community who was working with Amazon and moved on to another organization, two levels up, right? And I have another example where he was stuck in that role for some time, for a few years, and got um, quantum jump significant 40% hike and role change to the level of vice president. So I want to know from you, what can you expect in terms of real growth, in terms of the the things that also matters a lot, right? Besides the iPod, the passion, obsession, and discipline, right? So we all work for some more incentives, and we all need
Yeah.
to
Vitamin M. Yeah.
vitamin M, right? Yeah. So
Yeah.
what kind of percentage growth or kind of quantum jump can you expect, if at all? What's your take on that?
Yeah, it is. I mean, I think vitamin M, or what salary we say, right,
Yes.
can always be better. Yeah.
Mm,
So even if I say 100%, someone listening to this would say that could be a bit more better for what I invested in the session, etc. Yeah.
mm,
But it is. Uh, I say from the role perspective. I mean, I don't want to be prescriptive, to be very honest, Rajat, but I just want to give what happened to me, right? If you can convince a panel of eight leaders that you have it in you, what it takes to drive customer experience, yeah, that's the ROI
mm. Okay.
to get to
Great, great.
the job that you
Yeah,
want.
yeah, great. And I think I'm hearing it again because I know someone who's been in the community, is in still out of India, in Australia, and got a role, with dream role. And within few weeks, the company said, "No, you're better than that. Give one level up instantly with a significant you know jump in terms of remuneration as well." So yeah, these things happen. I have another example where leader got promoted less than a year, maybe 6 to 9 months, and now is an influencer in this space, right? That's another thing. And I remember you talking about, creating a white paper, and yeah, you remember.
Yeah.
So, but did I hear 100% as the number that I'll remember?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
example. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Without being, too much
Yeah.
into it. Yeah. Great. So I'll remember that. All right. So I think I'm super happy for you, Praveen. I think it's inspiring story, and
Thank you.
I am glad that we could, you came as part of the masterclass. So for those who are watching, listening, we do run. Masterclass, which is leads to customer experience certification. One is a certified customer experience pioneer, and another is certified customer experience professional. The CCXP, the second certification, is awarded by CXP. The first one is awarded by our company, and there is a application process now for that. We are particular about people who we take in to ensure, though we have been very lucky to have great quality. So of people who come to this program, and I would leave the link for you if in case you're any one of you watching, listening is interested in applying for this program, in the description and in the comments, and feel free to reach through that. I'm also there like Praveen on LinkedIn, on YouTube. Would be super happy to connect with any one of you. Praveen, as a closing note, anything that you want to convey from your side to the CX professionals um, who might be looking up to you as inspiration? Anything for them?
No, I just want to say first of all, thanks, thanks for putting this together. It's required. Yeah. I mean, we need to, it's great that we have come together as a customer experience professionals, a forum of customer experience professionals. And what is important is only that sense of customer experience as the leadership angle should start growing. And I invite every leader to join this bandwagon where we can take this customer experience as one of the important ingredients of the technology industry.
Thank you. That's a very important call. I'm glad you said so. Most more people need to be joining this bandwagon. Very, very key,
Yeah.
so that we can raise the bar like CXPA does it
Yes.
globally. Yeah. So we, each one of us as CX professionals, as customer centric professionals, can contribute. Amazing. Thank you, Praveen. Great to have you.
Thank you. Thank you. Glad I was part of it. Thanks. Thanks for inspiring a lot of us, Rajat, to continue to do it. Thank you.